Hey, and we are live. Gross Domesticated Podcast live here on YouTube. Also on Instagram, we're live on IG Live there. You can follow at Baby Mermaid Productions at any time any Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What am I talking about? It's Monday, guys. I got a case of the Mondays here. Actually, we're just lucky to the fact that I'm able to stream at all just because of the huge outage that was out, but we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But I just want to remind anybody that's watching, if you like what you're seeing, just hit like and subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications anytime we go live on YouTube. You can join in on the comments here, or you can join in on IG Live at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram. And you can pound off in the comments, or you can ask to join in, and you basically are then a active caller, and I promise I'll be nice, probably. So if you're here, I appreciate it. Thanks so much for being here. While you're here and you've subscribed, just make sure you check out some of the other shows on the network here at Baby Mermaid Productions. Falls Count Anywhere is premiered today. There's a new episode every Monday that premiered at 12 o'clock. So if you want to check that out, there's a brand new episode. It's entitled Definitely a Wrestling Podcast, because it's definitely a wrestling podcast. So if you want to check out Falls Count Anywhere, check that out on the channel. What's going on? How's it going, Angel? Also, and John going on, pounding off in the comment. Wife's here in the pounding off in the comments. Appreciate it. She's working hard. Ron's here going on. What's going on, Ron? Kane is in the comments also on IG Live. Everybody's pounding off there. Make sure that you join in there, because we erase that at the end of each show and only saving the video for YouTube. So if you want to join in, you want to be a part of the show, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Also, tomorrow, or actually technically 12 o'clock tonight, as long as there's not an outage. I think we broke the internet with the latest episode of Falls Count Anywhere, because YouTube and everything got shut down, was apparently down this morning and overnight. I think it was down globally for an hour. So I'm not saying that was Falls Count Anywhere, and the demand for it, and the fact that it maybe when it released and it was premiering, because I set it to premiere, so it was probably a big deal, and everybody was like flooding the internet. So if you want to check out that new episode of Falls Count Anywhere, it's out. But tomorrow, or actually technically tonight at 12 a.m., the new episode of Proper Ebonics is dropping. That one also is going to be at Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube. And if you're doing that stuff, you might as well just take my recommendation and check out some other great shows like Panties in the Mouth podcast. That's with Andy Malafarina and Nate Marshall. Wonderful, beautiful men. Very funny show. Also, you can check out Andy and I's show that we do, What About with Andy and Pat. That is a show where we talk about albums from our past that influenced us in many ways, or in more ways than we realize. Like when you revisit some of those. The most recent episode we did last night was about Reggie and the Full Effects songs not to get married to, which is an album that I picked. I really liked it a lot. So if you like it, I mean, if you like Reggie and the Full Effect, or you don't, if you have feelings either way, check it out. It'll be on the playlist on Baby Mermaid Productions here, or on Andy's channel, Andy Malafarina on YouTube. Follow that. We stream live from his Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Andy Malafarina. So I promise, it just lots of plugs up front. I apologize, but hey, I just want, I want to catch up. There's been a long weekend. We had a new addition. We had a very exciting week last week. So I want to make sure we start this week out based out. I just also realized another possible issue with me pissing myself so often. I didn't realize caffeine makes you piss apparently a lot more. That was not knowledge that was already up here. In that case, it was just a hat rack. I did not know that. Caffeine apparently makes you. I know, like, coffee can make you, like, I thought it was like the fact that it was coffee, like it was the bean. Something about the bean did it, but it's the caffeine, not the bean. You got to blame the fiend, not the bean. So, what else? Oh yeah, also other podcasts you should be checking out. The DNR podcast with Damian Robinson and Ron Kane. Those guys are great. They were just talking about. Damian feels left out, and he has now villainized iPhone owners. He calls us blue bubbles. He's trying to retroactively, I feel like he's trying to get ahead of it. We call you guys green bubbles. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. He considers us villains. He even confronted me at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone and told me that we were blue bubbles, and he feels left out. So if you want to hear more about that and about like we play games. I've been playing again. Shout out to Josh Dway for turning me on to Game Pigeon. That shit is addictive as fuck, but very useful in a quarantine. When you're stuck at home and you want to hang out and play, literally, all if you just want to play cards with your friends, it's like it's a weird. They in no way is this like a paid endorsement by any means. There is no paid advertisement and included in this video. Game Pigeon is just fun. It's, if you have an iPhone, and unfortunately, it's not our fault, Android havers, that your phone carrier or your phone overlord does not love you enough to give you Game Pigeon or something of the sort. But I'm sitting here playing Uno with Ron, his lovely wife. We got Josh and his lady. We got me and my lady. And we're just having a couple's date night playing some Uno. You know what I mean? And Damien feels left out. So I feel bad about it. But if you want to hear more about that, check out the latest DNR podcast. Also the Almost on Time podcast. I haven't gotten a chance to listen to every episode. I listened to, I believe, the first episode, and it's just, you know, it's those guys. Come on. If you're friends of Casey and Heather and you want, or even Brandon too. Brandon's on there. Brandon Fusen. And if you like any of those dudes, any of those bros, fucking just listen to the podcast. I mean, come on. Right? They're new to it, but they're getting it. Also Falls Kind of Anywhere, I said, and Almost on Time, DNR podcast. I mean, what do you want? You know, the friends of the network. Check them out. If you like this, whatever. We got some people pounding off in the comments here. John saying caffeine makes you pee out your butt. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. I think he's just making that up. My wife loves me. Ron's laughing. We're having a great time. But so check out DNR podcast. Check out all those other podcasts. They're guys that they oftentimes are hanging out in the IG live as well. John Montag hangs out there as well. We were chatting a little bit today about both human and pet fatherhood and how much we love it. Today was Lord Stanley's first snow. It's snowing here. There's a winter storm coming, and apparently it's going to be a doozy. And now I know I heard Manny, he was pounding off personally on his Facebook page, mocking people that are excited about snow. And I understand that as somebody who probably grew up having to deal with snow like their whole life. But we're Florida people. We've only been here a couple years. It is still exciting when we see snow. And it's still exciting that we still have a lot of snow firsts. Now, the first year that we lived here, we got some obvious snow firsts, which was like getting stuck in the snow, not realizing, like, I mean, almost. I feel like the first 2 years that we were here, we were definitely at a point where we couldn't. It wasn't that we couldn't handle the snow, but we were more of a. We didn't realize, like, you have to time it right, and also accounting for other drivers. So you also realize, oh shit, first snow is usually pretty rough, and it's not because necessarily for you, like, oh, you have to relearn how to drive in snow. You remember how to drive in snow, and if you're taking the consideration, but it's the fact that everybody else is still in the mood of like, to me, it doesn't even have to go out to driving. I realize a difference in weather, and I start becoming more aware of it when I'm not able to wear flip-flops anymore. Like, as a Floridian, that will never die in me. I will always love wearing flip-flops. Winter times, when it gets colder like this, that means I can't expose my little tootsies anymore, and you guys don't get the treat of seeing Pat's feet. So I have to, when I put the flip-flops away, then that's when it's time to start being more aware of what's going to happen. Now, and that, not only that, but also having to wake up earlier or get your day started earlier. So now this means tomorrow, if I work at, let's say, say you work at 6 a.m. Say you have to be somewhere at 6 a.m. Say it's like jiu-jitsu class. Say if I tomorrow, if I was driving myself, I would have to think, all right, 6 a.m. I have to I have to also shovel to the car a lot of times too, because I'm not going to wear like snow boots. Either I'm going to have to live kind of at the gym or I'm going to have to wake up like an hour earlier just to be able to get to my car. And this is perspective for anybody, any people, any friends or family that are watching back at home, back in Florida, that you may be catching up on this. This is a perspective of like, but I appreciate that. I like having to earn the day. It's a weird thing. Yes, because I'm from Florida and I have a lot of extra energy and a lot of learning disorders and stuff like that. So tedious work or anything that tires me out is nice. It's kind of like a constant ADD, but it's like an earned. I don't know. Again, I don't want to be one of those people. I know people hate those, and I'm one of them that are like, oh, you can't just diagnose yourself. You're not just ADD. But like, I feel like I feel like it's a pretty safe bet with me. I don't know. It's definitely there's something wrong with me. But yeah, I do appreciate it a lot more. We got some pounding off in the comments here. John saying, what is it? I feel like Dom just commented this from the toilet. No. She's I think that might be. Well, actually, I don't know. No, because she has non-dairy creamer, so it probably wasn't necessarily that. But I a lot of people have that with cigarettes too, where like or any kind of smoking. The first thing in the day, like I don't think I was even one of those people when I smoked cigarettes. When I would wake up in the morning and have the first one, that like everybody would always say like, oh, it made me have to go poop. I never had that, and I don't necessarily have it with coffee, but if I have ice water, that's the thing. I read something. First of all, I know how unbelievable that is from the start. So bear with me. I read something a while ago that was, it was drink first thing in the morning within the first 20 minutes. That's what it was. Within the first 20 minutes of your day, if you wake up and you have 20 ounces or no, 8 ounces, I think it's only 8 ounces, but I like upped it to like 20. I just chug water, ice cold water. If you have ice water first thing in the morning, 20 minutes, within 20 minutes, it starts your body. It basically like technically you shouldn't even, aside from having a physical dependence on it, you shouldn't really even necessarily need caffeine after that to wake up. So a lot of times when I was working like super early at the coffee shop or something like that, I know it's ironic because like I'm going to a coffee shop, but I would get there about 5 minutes before it's time to start. And then this was why I created this method, was essentially like, I'm not awake by the time I get there. And then I have to drink, either if I'm ordering a hot drink, I have to wait for it to cool down. And I can't even drink it before I get started with work. So then it was like, I can't. So then I moved to ice drinks, but then still, I don't want to chug fucking coffee. It makes me sick on an empty stomach. So water. You drink 20 ounces, me at least, of ice cold water first thing in the morning. And that's a thing that it says it starts your body, which means it activates all of your organs, which means it wakes your bowels up and goes, hey, you got some shit to do. You know what I mean? Go, pun intended, shit to do. You're going to go do some shit. You're going to do shit. First thing. That's the only thing that like has that effect on me. I feel like that. I don't know what it is. Coffee, I could have a couple. This is second cup of coffee, and because I was trying to keep the caffeine down for the show, so I didn't piss myself during the show. I'm sure I'll still take a bathroom break. Either way, you guys are here. Everybody's pounding off, but it's first thing in the morning. 20 minutes within 20 minutes of you waking up, to start your day off right, to start your body off right, to start everything working, going. And that's like, it gets my stomach, digesting whatever's in it. Usually it's just vitamins at that point at first thing in the morning. So then I'm burping up fish oil. I'm having a great day. There's a lot of smells happening right now. Don't hang out with me before 12 o'clock, essentially, or before. There's just a lot of things happening. My body's activated and it doesn't know what to do. So, but I don't know. That's the only thing that really has that effect on me. So even when I smoked cigarettes or anything like that, I never necessarily I felt I didn't have that first thing in the morning. I could just do that. I don't know. Unless I had a glass of water right before I started a cigarette. But, it's almost that active. It's almost that fast acting. Like as soon as it like I could feel it almost like going down and like just like waking up all of the parts of my body that's just like we've been dehydrated, bleh, and then boosh, and then it's just like it's happening. It's actually there's been times where I've even gotten mad. I mean, and it's both sides too. It's both. It's like it's both sides. Okay, it's like it activates everything. It's like oh you're gonna go piss. You're gonna go shit. You know, get to get to a seat that can accept all of this waste because it's going to be bad. So there's been times where there one time actually where I got mad at Dominique because I did that, but while I'm taking a drink, just imagine picture her just walking behind me, going into the bathroom to go use the restroom, and I'm just like, oh no, there's a clock now. Now there's a clock. As soon as I drink the water, there's a clock. Like it's a countdown immediately, and I don't have access to the code. I can't stop the clock. I don't know which wire to cut. You know what I mean? Luckily that day, I think it was only one ski that happened, like at least right at that point. And but it was one of those things where I turned the corner. I'm just like, fuck. And she's like, what? And I was like, literally nothing. I can't be mad at you. I can't be mad. I just need to find, and then you utilize the sink. I think that's the part where whether it's a family that permits it or not, that's when the sink is totally permittable. And if it's an emergency, then the bathtub. But it's also like then we're just making eye contact, both sitting on and going to the bathroom, and that's not romantic anymore. That's not one of the romantic things where you look into each other's eyes. It should be there's not a his and hers toilet that faces each other like that, and there's a reason for it because it's gross. So and that is shaming. If that's your kink, yeah, it's weird. If you want to poop in front of your spouse, if you want to poop at the same time, no, you know what? I can't shame that either. Good for you. Like and subscribe. I have definitely probably missed a bunch of pounding off here. Da, da, da. I like I'm just commenting from the toilet. Hey Pat. Angel is commenting. Hold on here. Hey Pat, what is a Floridian favorite? What is a Floridian favorite thing to do when it snows? Oh, okay. Floridian's favorite thing to do when it snows. I enjoy. Now this is weird. I enjoy shoveling the snow. I like that because it's a kind of best of the both worlds thing. That's a thing where like I get to and when it's the same thing. It's the same feeling I had at the beginning of the pandemic when I wasn't able to do comedy, and it was kind of it just kind of felt relaxing to know everything was shut down. Like everything. I'm saying right at I don't know if anybody can remember that feeling right at the beginning when you're like, this is kind of nice. We're going to learn how to bake bread and we're going to just kind of relax and we're just going to sit. That was a good part of it, really good part of it, where you were able to like utilize life skills and just kind of occupy your brain with something else when it started becoming, you know what I mean? So that kind of stuff. Like, so when it snows so bad, like if we're going to get such a bad snowstorm, coming up, I think from what I remember, I think Dom was saying it was like, they were saying it was going to be 10 to 15 inches coming up. So again, if you're listening to this in the north, I know Angel's nearby. Anybody? So I don't know if I didn't know about that until she told me. So once she told me, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we should be careful or get some salt or something. And but I like the fact that when it gets like, they're like, yeah, just stay home. I mean, obviously, this is the best case scenario because we're all supposed to be staying home anyway. So, and also, what kind of I didn't know what kind of limitations any of the counties we're gonna have, or if they're gonna be shorthanded with people that could plow, or the boroughs and all that stuff. I don't know what's going on here. So, it's just kind of nice when it snows so bad that everything kind of shuts down like that, and then it feels like it feels communal. It feels like you kind of go back, like it's timeless. It could be I mean, there's people that go out with like snow blowers and stuff like that. But like for the most part, when you're like outside and you're shoveling snow and your neighbors shoveling their snow and stuff like that, it's like it's a cool, like, that's a cool feeling, and that's something you only can kind of get when you're doing lawn work. And I hated doing, like, I hate mowing lawns and I hate raking leaves and stuff like that. I hate, like, kind of that stuff. But for some reason, I love shoveling snow. I don't know what it is, but it just, like, it feels timeless. It feels like movies I used to watch when I was a kid, where, like, like, hey Bill, and like, oh, fucking Bill's out there using, the blah blah blah, or he's making a mess, or whatever the fuck it is, or fucking kids always go, I don't know. It's just like this cool, like, weird thing. It just feels like timeless. Brings me back to grumpier old men, grumpy old men. One of those things. I don't know. I just love a fucking, and it's so quiet. One of my like ideal things to do, and now that it's hopefully going to be legally federally and stuff like that, and I'll be able to chance to do it legally, would be just to walk down a nice snow, like the middle of the road, because it's just packed with snow and nobody's out driving. Like, it's like just non-drivable. Just to walk down the road, like, just hitting a joint, talking, listen to music, maybe even on headphones or something like that, or not. I just like hearing my feet in the snow, walking around, like, just quiet, just nice, peaceful. I don't know. I like that. It's the nicest, quietest natural disaster. You know what I mean? Like, from Florida, where it's like hurricanes, it's just wind and rain, and it just tears houses up and blows trees everywhere and shit like that. For this, where it's just like, it's just a fuck ton of snow. It's just kind of like, and it's just like, I don't know. I like that. I know it can be dangerous and stuff like that, but something about it I really like. John's also pounding off in the comments here. Vans make a great Wait, hold on. Sneaker? Vans make a great sneaker/boot now that is waterproof. Hold on. And I highly recommend for the snow. Okay. Wow. Keep those patty tootsies toasty. I like that. I also have these really comfy socks. Like, they're like insulated sock. Like, this is officially the Old Man Pat's podcast now. But I love it's probably a circulation thing. It's probably something I should go to the doctor about. But my hands and feet, like, especially in the wintertime, get fucking super chilly. But I got these socks, you see, and I get these socks with those Vans, John. I'm unstoppable. I'm taking endless walks down the road, down the middle of the street, snow or not, and I'll be high as fuck. That's the Florida man coming out of me. That's the see that's the I think that's the thing, is like, that is the unwittingly, like, being 100% a stereotype. 100% a stereotype, where I'm like, my natural my natural instinct is to do drugs and walk in the middle of the street. Law be damned. But ideally, the best case scenario for that is when there's a blizzard and there's snow all over and nobody's driving. So if we could migrate Florida men, and also they come shirtless, so you don't have they'll whittle away. You know what I mean? If you want to take care of the crazy problem, you just take care of the Florida. You take Florida man and you put him in the middle of the street, high and wasted, and he'll be screaming until he freezes to death. It'll be like The Shining over and over again. Just crazy shirtless dudes, like, frozen. Like, that's what we want. I think that's a good plan. And honestly, totalitarian Pat is here. And also, is this how you play chess? I don't know. Is that right? I don't think that's right? I tried to move Tiny Tiger to Rook 9. Or I just learned. I've been playing. You'll like this, Angel. I've been playing with a guy from Jiu-Jitsu, a friend of ours, Robert. He's been teaching me chess, and he's almost been doing that thing that the simulated, like, battle that, like, tigers or lions do with, like, their cubs, where they, when the baby tiger bites them, they go, "Oh, you hurt me. This is what it's like to kill something." It's teaching you, like, he's like doing that stuff. He's like, "Uh-oh, it looks like my king's in trouble. You better not move that." You know what I mean? Like, and he does the same thing with jujitsu, and it helps me, but at the same time, it makes me feel kind of like a kid, like a little kid, like a not stupid. I don't think it's demoralizing. It just makes me feel like a child. It's kind of nice. Much like the snow, it brings me back to a simpler time when it's like, oh, learning something. And that's why learning new things is so important, because it gives you perspective of like, this is true. Like, you really don't know anything about this. In this aspect, you are the most immature you possibly could be. Like being a white belt in a martial art or whatever it may be, you're at the lowest level. You are immature at it. Don't take it personally. It's just the reality. You are, and don't let your ego get involved in it at all. Like chess, you shouldn't have an ego. Like the fact that people talk shit about chess, it's a fucking game. I talk shit the same way I talk shit when I'm talking shit and or rolling jujitsu. It's the same me in all arenas. And it's so it's but it's still weird to find those same impulses in each thing. So like, but I've been playing with a couple different people again over Game Pigeon. I've been playing pool with John. I've been playing chess with my buddy Pat Muskin. I've been playing chess with Robert on chess.com. I'm fucking all over. I'm chess crazy right now. So I'm hoping with if there is a super duper snow shutdown, that at least everybody will be playing chess. If anybody wants to play chess with me, send me an invite or DM me. I'll fucking give you my number and we'll play chess. I'm cool with it. I want to play chess with everybody. I'll play either over chess.com, like that thing. My name is Fart Reaper, all one word. Fart Reaper, Reaper, on chess.com. Challenge me to chess. I will play as I've basically all I do now, edit podcasts, produce content, and fucking play chess, baby. And I'm all out of chess. So I'm here to produce content for you guys. And I appreciate you guys all being here and pounding off. I want to catch up on some things here. John just said about the Patty Tootsies. Okay. And then my wife is pounding off. She said, I had that with both coffee and cigs. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I don't have that reaction with it. Angel's pounding off about shoveling snow. You're insane. I'm insane because I like to shovel snow, but I got it's kind of primal, the physical part. PS, we love Bill. Who's Bill? Uh-oh, who's Bill? I dug out the filled and wait, hold on. Dug out and filled a sinkhole yesterday. I had the best time. Hire me to fill your sinkholes. Or no, sorry, your hole. So if anybody needs any holes filled, please contact John Montag at Montague Comedy. Montague spelled, Montag said. I think that should be your. I know that I say that because every time. So I make sure I know because I know how much problems I have spelling and saying words. Every time I say that, I like it though. I gotta be honest with you, and maybe I'm partial because it's my own insecurity about it, but I want you to like it too, John. Do you like the fact that when I say John Montag, Montague Comedy, Montag said, oh wait, no, hold on. Montague, fuck, I fucked it up. I fucked up your own goddamn catchphrase that I just made up for you. As soon as I make it the thing. Okay, so John Montague. Montague spelled, Montag said. Huh? Is that good? I think that's better, right? I'm in need of a personal tagline. I think that's good, right? He loves it. Okay, good. Montague said, Montague spelled, Montag said. If you're doing a commercial for your comedy, that's the end line right there. And then just give him those pearly whites, baby. Just give him that smile. I mean, if you haven't seen John smile, it is electrifying. It'll melt your farts all day long. So Fart Reaper, challenge me on chess.com. All one word, fart, F-A-R-T, Reaper, R-E-A-P-E-R. And I'll play anybody. It's free. Chess.com is free. This is a free. They are not a sponsor, but this is a free advertisement for chess.com. As somebody who is learning how to play chess a little bit better, they have daily puzzles that I like to do where it's just basically they give you just a layout of a scenario. It's just like a game being played in the middle of the game, essentially. And they say, and it's like, okay, move for black, move the black pieces. And you have to make the best available moves or like the right moves. There is a right and wrong move that they want you to make. And it teaches you strategies. It teaches you like new, like things like it, at least for me, it's cool. It's like a cool daily puzzle challenge kind of after I have my drink of water and I get sent to the toilet. I'm trying to solve the daily puzzle, and It's just cool to do that. If you're, again, for somebody, I just learned about the numbers and the letters, like, because it's on the board. Like, it's just like training wheels for chess, and then also as many reps as I can get in, just like jujitsu. I want to try to get as many days playing chess as possible. So anybody that wants to play me on chess.com, do that. Or if you have an iPhone, if you're a blue bubble, unlike Damien, you can you can DM me, and I'll give you my number. I guess if I know you. If I know you and we don't have our numbers, I guess, like, we should talk about that, because I feel like I even have Ian Strong is here. I have Ian's number. We've been in a couple, group chats. We've talked back and forth. Let's play chess. I bet this is 100% an assumption. I bet you are fucking great at chess. I don't know if John, did we play chess? We played everything but that. Game Pigeon is a fucking, again, Game Pigeon, man. Now, what the fuck is that? They got me. There's very few times where there's a new thing on the phone that will get me to, like, just stare at my phone all day. Instagram, I get into holes with every once in a while. I'll get, like, just in the recommended or something like that. It's just weird. I like to see what Instagram thinks of me, or at least what I'm putting out on Instagram that makes them think that I want to see this stuff. Or it also is just a mirror of, like, oh, is this my timeline? You know what I mean? Like, if it gets to where it's like, this is too many butts. Like, I need to, what am I only just following people for their physical appearance? I need more than this. So it's turned into a lot of squids. I mean, it's not even turned into, it is naturally become, over the years, and again, I am definitely partial, but it's mostly mixed martial arts of all kinds, like jujitsu, kickboxing, sanctioned fights. I moved away from street fights a long time ago. I'm not a fan of that anymore. But sanctioned fighting, some butts, there's a butt or two, you know what I mean? But usually it's a butt that's connected to a fighter, or like, uh, you know, a disc golfer or something else. It's kind of like I need something else. I need substance in my timeline nowadays. And then it's cephalopods, whales, ocean life, a lot of that stuff, farts, obviously, a lot of times. And then just my friends. Honestly, I feel like it truly, when I do recommend these people, like John Montag, Montag Comedy, Montague spelled, Montag said, nailed it. Lemaire Lee's another great follow, and stuff like that. These are like, they're fun, like Naeem Ali and Drew Montana, both of those guys. Now there is a little bit of, they're sharing some screen recorded stuff. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm not out here to throw shade or anything like that. They're sharing some of some great content. Also, the Beast, Black Beast, UFC fighter Derek Lewis is a great follow. All of those things. Those are my kind of guilty pleasure follows. Those are the ones where the ones where I'm like, I don't. That's fucking weird as fuck. But then for the most part, it's just lots of fighting and butts and ocean life. I don't know. Is that it? Maybe that's not. I don't know. Connect 4 is on there. Oh yeah, hell yeah, we could play Connect 4. Fuck yeah, I'm down with that, Angel. Sorry, I want to catch up on some of these here. Let's see. Ron also likes high walks are fun and relaxing. Yeah, right. I mean, like, it's like it's definitely one of those things that it's cool, because it feels, you don't feel like, not that like smoking high, smoking weed and doing anything else isn't also fulfilling or anything like that. But there's something just relaxing about, like, putting your headphones on, just going for a walk in general, in any case, but like going to a park, have a little vape pen or one hit or something like that, and you're not hurting anybody. Just walk around, fucking just, it's almost like it's like getting a sneak peek of a different perspective. Like, you get to just see some, again, that's the Florida man. See, this is the thing. Watch out for me. I'm a bad bar. Don't go by this thing, because now I'm like the little devil on your shoulder. That's why I'm wearing the red hoodie today. I'm on the devil on your shoulder going, like, yeah, just do drugs and walk around in public. What's going on? What's the worst that's going to happen? That's it. This is I heard it. See, you see what I'm talking about? That's a constant battle in my head that I have to do. Is like of one of those things of like, is this one of those things of like, yeah, treat yourself, get high and walk down the street? Or is it one of those things of like, yes, this is a prophecy, it's fulfilled. He's coming back to Florida. But yeah, hell yeah. Ron saying high walks. Angel's also saying you were talking about old man Bill from the neighborhood back in the days. Old man Bill, yeah. I am in need of personal tagline, so John loves that. That's cool. Ian's gonna play me. If we may play chess, we may play Connect Four. I don't know. We could play pool. I've been playing pool a lot. John's also saying he's too lazy to learn chess. That's okay. Honestly, I feel like I would be willing to play anybody on chess on the phone, whether you do know how to play chess or not, because it won't allow you to do certain moves. So it's like one of those things of like you can't at a certain point it just tells you where you can move. Like if you tap on the piece, it'll just be like you can only move this here and here. And it's like, oh, so it's like it'll actually the one thing I am nervous about is that the computers are all learning all of my strategies, which is basically just wild swings. I have two strategies right now. If I'm the white pieces, I have wild stallions, which is I activate my knights very early and I just try to sweep out your whole back row as soon as I can. I just annihilate as much of your pieces as I can strategically with just the knights, not using any other pieces. I move them across the board like that. And if I'm the black pieces, then it's Dark Knight Rises, but it's the same strategy. So right now, those are the only strategies I have, and of course, I've had to name them. There's either that or there's traditional. Traditional is basically where I think I'm trying to counteract your moves, and usually that's either way. Usually leads to a draw or me losing. I have beaten the computer a couple times, but I still feel like the computer let me win, which is a terrible feeling. Because it's ominous in the sense of like, oh man, it's treating me like a higher belt in jiu-jitsu, because it knows it can kill me. So I'm in danger. But I'm happy to play with any humans. Let's see here. Ian said he's almost as good at chess as he is at fucking. Oh, well, look at that. Check and mate. John saying he's more of a checkers guy. Hey, we can do checkers too. There's checkers on Game Pigeon free. You know what I mean? We can play anything you want. Connect Four. I'm playing Connect. So looks like I'm going to be playing checkers with John, Connect Four with Angel, and chess with Ian. And I hope he doesn't fuck me at the end or at the beginning or at all, period. No offense, Ian. Sorry. Ian's saying Joe Rogan said that Derek Lewis has the best Instagram in the game. Yeah, absolutely. I would have to say, oh yeah, he did say that. He actually said that after the interview. He said it. I rewatched the fight with Derek Lewis and Volkov, Alexander Volkov, I believe his name is. I don't know if no, that's the little guy, Volkanovski. What the fuck? The big tall heavyweight guy with the like manta ray on his back that he had like that tattoo for a while. Russian dude. And I remember before that was on the McGregor card, a McGregor Khabib card, the Khabib card, where they were. I remember he said something about he made a joke. I remember I was like, this guy's pretty funny. He said he made a joke about like Donald Trump called me before the fight and said you need to knock this Russian motherfucker out. And I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty funny. But then he said that was the interview where, so as he was coming out to the ring, as they were talking about the fighters before the fight, one of Joe Rogan's contributions to the conversation was Derek Lewis has one of the best Instagrams in the game. And then afterwards, when he won that fight, spoiler alert, he was interviewing, and that was the interview where when he said, my balls was hot. He said, why'd you take your shorts off? And he said, my balls was hot, which is great. Then that blew him up even more because made everybody laugh. They loved it. You just knocked a motherfucker out. Last, like dying seconds, I believe, even of that round. It was the last round, and he was losing the fight for sure. So, great comeback, humongous knockout, hilarious reaction, and then And then Joe Rogan live said, by the way, you have one of the best Instagrams in the game. And like he wanted to, he said, oh, why don't you invite me out there and do your podcast? We could smoke some weed or something like that in a couple of weeks. So like the guy's got great personality. What's his face? Holland is another guy that's I think Michael Holland, I believe his name is. Fighter. He's fought 5 times this year. He's 5-0 and has been like one of the most entertaining like everyone has been a finish, I believe, and each one of them has just been he has the personality and he has the like power and excitement to back it up. It's crazy awesome. It's like almost like seeing an American Anderson Silva. That's what it looks like. So he fought this weekend. He had his 5th win over Jacare Souza this weekend. That was an awesome fight. I did not actually get to order that fight, so unfortunately I didn't get to see it, but I got to see the finish and it was fucking incredible, just like all the other ones. So there's Derek Lewis has he's one of those ones where like oftentimes there's the sensitive content. Do you want to see more or whatever, like a lot of times, and he had for the longest time, he kind of had a reoccurring thing. He still does it. It's kind of his catchphrase, at least on the only thing he puts in the caption. Either he has no caption whatsoever, he just posts a video, or his only caption is he or she, whoever it may be in the video, is okay. So he says he's okay or she's okay, whatever it is. And then he made merch, he made shirts and like hats and shit like that that's just said he's okay, because that's how popular his fucking Instagram was. And it's just sharing. So like I said, there's no shame in it. You're just sharing other people, like other content you're seeing on the internet. But it's almost like a what's it called? It's the not a cultivation. What's it called? Curation. It's a curation of clips and everything. They're finding the best, most fucked up clips for you to watch. And a lot of times he posts he's okay, so he doesn't so people know they didn't die or whatever. So I don't know. He's a cool follow, and most of my friends. So either Derek Lewis, UFC heavyweight, holds the record for most knockouts in the UFC, or also Lemare Lee and all my other friends like John and stuff. So all equal great follows. Let's see, Joe Rogan. Also, Ian's pounding off here. He said during the "cause my balls was hot" post fight interview. Yeah, he said that too. He said it before and after. That was the craziest thing. When he was walking out, they were like, "Oh, he's got this. He had this big win over this person. Also, he has the best Instagram ever." The compilation. Hell yeah. So yeah, I think just make sure that if you're in the Northeast at all, make sure you're just aware of what the possibilities that lie ahead and try to think about it. I'm giving you guys a heads up. Think about it like, okay, in the next day or so, I'm going to have to wake up a little bit earlier. Just go to bed an hour earlier. Try to go to bed a little bit earlier. That way you'll just naturally, hopefully, wake up a little earlier. I don't know. That's how it works for me, but it started snowing like an hour or two before we started the show. And oh wow, we're already almost an hour in. Have we been talking about the weather this whole? Hey Manny, what's going on, buddy? I've been telling everybody, Manny's a great follow. Also, he's been his progression in skateboarding, in just over the quarantine times, has been immaculate. It's great. He is improving only, and the progress that you're seeing, the before and after kind of thing, the fact that like he's actually going to be able to do that's just another thing he's adding to. He just is like bored with all the things he's good at now and wants to just add more good things he's good at. So follow Manny too and watch a young man only get better and better at multiple things. There's either way, anybody in the Northeast most likely will be, I think, quote, digging themselves out. They said digging out after the storm. So either way, there's supposed to be a lot of snow. Be careful. Get your joints ready and get ready to walk down the middle of the road doing drugs, because nobody can stop you. Damn it. I did find out that also before long before they were trying to make weed legal federally, I saw that there's a thing where technically you're not allowed to burn weed. Like you can vape it, and you can do other. A friend of mine was telling me this. Like again, this could be like much like how everybody was boxing experts, and then before that they were action experts, and before that they were whatever experts. But this might just be another thing. I don't know. But there's there's something like that. It's you're not actually able to like set fire to plant, which is weird to me. So either way, get your vape pens ready, and get ready to shovel. Or if you want me to shovel, all I'm gonna charge you is a game of chess. No, I love shoveling snow, so I'm excited. We get some pounding off here. He's working outside. Oh wow, be careful, Ian. Jesus Christ, you're getting snowed on, bud. Also, put your phone away unless you have unless you got an OtterBox or a LifeProof case. You don't want to have your phone out in the snow, okay? He's working outside. John is saying, if you can't fix yourself, then get better at things, baby. Yeah, John gets it. That's what Manny said. Yeah. So I mean, look, Manny. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Am I right? Huh? Right, Manny? You broke? I don't think you're broke. Hold on here. I want to bring this up. Okay, that's muted. That's good. I'm excited about that. I'm going to get this link and I'm going to share it right quick. Sharing this on here. There. Enter. Then I'm going to go here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just sharing some stuff on Facebook, getting more people. There we go. Also, if anybody enjoyed the wonderful Photoshop, I don't know if anybody saw that, but Mr. John Montag did that one, the Handsome John, old Montag comedy himself, wonderful at the Photoshops, and that was just a little preview of what it's going to be all about today, which is basically all I really had planned. Was I just wanted to catch up on some words of the day that I get over the weekends. I get a lot of words on the weekends that look interesting to me, and I wanted to see what some of these were, because they don't fall on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday doesn't mean that we shouldn't do some of these, because some of them can be fun, and it's still fun to hear me mispronounce words and or hate their meaning. So it's words of the day today, but today is going to be a five ski. So this is basically going to be probably bringing us to the close of the show. So if you would like to try to say them along with me, you're more than welcome to ask to join live on Instagram Live. You can join in. Your audio is only going to be picked up on the YouTube channel, which is the only video that I save. I do erase the Instagram at the end of it. So everything in the chat, the video, the audio, everything is gone at the end of this, except for the fact that I'm sure it's stored somewhere on a supercomputer because they're trying to control the world. I can't even say that with a straight face. And who gives a shit? It's just me admitting to pissing my pants and farting on and burping on mic. So either way, you can have it. But if you'd like to join in audio only, just ask to join through Instagram Live and you'll be on here and we could try to say some of these words together. In the meantime, we can get started with this is the first one. This is the first one that this is why it made me, this is the word that made me think, like, this is how I know the word of the day is an effective practice as far as like is growing your vocabulary. Not only that, but also properly
adultification
yourself. When you're adulticating yourself, you are able to learn. You want to learn more. So it's almost like once you get a week or two of eating healthy under your belt, you kind of just start wanting to eat healthy. So this is making sense of why this is adding up, why I'm doing extra word of the day work on non-word of the day days. I started out slow. I gave myself only 3 days a week that I was going to do word of the day. So I didn't overload my brain. And then what do you know? Brain started getting hungry for more knowledge. Brain wanted more words. So Pat give brain word to give more meaning to make word more for Pat to use. So this one caught my eye because it kind of looks like amber, but you just add a C at the beginning, which I think a lot of people may call a lot of ambers is a C. So Camber is the word. And I'm just going to say pronounce it exactly the way I think it should be said. I think it's camber. Why say many word when few word? Because many word more impress people. Many word make people may think Pat know more than many word. So Camber. Sorry, I was just responding to a question from Ian in the chat here. We also got a John's pounding off here. Weekend words sounds like a term, a term you use for slurs you can't say. Yeah. Basically, weekend words. Yeah, weekend words are what your dad said only on Saturday and Sunday, and after 5 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, Monday through Friday. John's also saying, pounding off here. Kevin, do you want to see the world or go to SeaWorld? SeaWorld. What? Hold on. What? Do you want to see the world or go to SeaWorld? I don't understand that. I'm sorry, John. I apologize. When me president, they say. Okay. Camber is used for tires. Now, Ron, did you know that or did you look it up? Be honest. He says it's used for tires. And is it pronounced camber? Let's find out. I wonder if they got the lady or the dude working today on Word Genius. I assume they just trap a human being in the website and make them say the word anytime somebody pushes the buttons. I'm assuming that's what that. You knew it? I don't think you did. Hold on.
Camber.
Oh, they got the guy. He doesn't sound happy to be in there either. I'll tell you that much. He sounds real upset. Camber. Very somber. It is a noun, late Middle English, and it's unknown, I guess, from what century. So this was created at some point. I'm assuming probably after tires were invented. I think we can, it's not completely unknown. I think we can have kind of a timeline. Let's just say PT, post-tire. Camber was invented post-tire. That's when we know it was. In the centuries post-tire. If you know it's late Middle English, you know that it's near English tires probably. So somewhere in there. The slightly convex or arched shape of a road or horizontal surface. So examples of camber in a sentence. The camber of the sidewalk allowed for easy drainage after it rained. And then also you'll notice a new highway was built with a camber to its surface. So I don't think you got it right, Ron. I think you caster and camber is used for front end alignments and pertains to the wear on the tires. Oh, so he's a tire guy. Ron knows tires, apparently. Well, Ron, you fucked up, bud, because it's not that at all. It's actually the curve in the tire. It refers to probably the curve if there's camber on it. So it's this. So you know how the tire goes like this, like it's around. It's not just flat. It's like this, like, you know, it goes like that all the way around. That's what it is. It's the camber. That's what they're referring to. Nailed it. I actually know. Wow. See, word of the day. Like tires. It's the curve in the road. The curve. So it's like it's not like this, I don't think, but it's like that. It's like that. Nailed it. I fucking nailed that, dude. Camber is the other half of the prog rock powerhouse Coheed. I like that one, buddy. Okay, so I also have here. Okay, so camber, I knew it. Ron was trying to show off. He really just showed his ass. which I don't know how much camber is on your ass. I don't know if you have a flat ass or a camberous ass. If there's curve to it, but either way, camber. I don't know. Do I like it? Not really. Not a huge fan. But so what does caster mean? I guess is caster like because they have the casters on like the dollies and shit, right? So like I don't know. Either way, uh, curve in tires, right? Curve in road. I'm gonna put that down just so I can try to remember because there's gonna be a lot of recap here. The second word I have here is I I don't know where it's gonna be from. I don't know, and again with word. So again, just to give a little bit of context to what I'm talking about, I somehow got added to automatically wordgenius.com's word of the day email list. And instead of just erasing them every day, I decided to start actually doing it, at least on show days. I figured it would be entertaining for me to try to say words, uh, especially words that I have no idea what they are. This one, I don't know if I have it wrong, and I did not double check before the show, but is Mien. Now, is that like Maine, like lo mein? Is that how that's spelled, or am I remembering that completely wrong? I tried to use my vast mental library that I have, and I tried to go to every single Chinese menu that I've ever looked at, and see the words lo mein, and I blanked. I can see crab rangoon. I can see teriyaki. I can't spell it. I can see it, but it's like kind of blurry in the middle. But I have no idea. So is it Mien? Is it Maine? Lo mein? And it's pronounced Maine. And now I'm excited to find out if that is that, what that means. Because I don't know what lo mein means. I just know that it's a food thing. So I'm excited. Hold on. We got Ron is saying Caster and camera. Sorry. Ian's pounding off here. Girls don't like when a dick has too much camber. Exact. Well, no, I think they do because otherwise it would be too sharp on the sides. They want it all camber, baby. They want it all to be curved. They don't want any water to stay on that thing. They want you to pour water on the top of your dick, like if it was on just right on the top of it, and it would Asian spaghetti. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it's Asian spaghetti. Okay, I'm not even gonna look it up. That's just what it is now. So Manny definitely coming in with a better definition for Maine for sure. Asian spaghetti. But I think all camber. They want all camber. So if you pour water on the top of the cylindrical part of the dick, it's just going to go off the side. So and it won't settle anywhere. They don't want any settling water on your dick at all. So as much camber as possible, I feel like. More camber. The more camber the better. But in the meantime, Mien, I think it's Maine. Let's see here. Mean. Oh, it's a lady. The lady's back. Mean. All right. Mean. Mien, mean. Its origin is French, early 16th century, and it's a person's look or manner, especially one of a particular kind indicating their character or mood. So it's a person's manner, especially one of a particular kind indicating their character or mood. So examples of it in the sentence are the children all had a particularly cheerful, friendly mien. So it's demeanor. Oh, so it's like short for demeanor, right? Is that what it is? I think I nailed it, right? Headed back to work. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for sticking around, Ian. Appreciate it, buddy. Put your phone away in the snow. Don't drop it in the snow. Make sure you got a nice case on there. Love you. Stay safe. Have fun digging yourself out. If you need help shoveling, you know who to call. And if you want to play chess, you know where to find me, buddy. Lo mein is definitely it's not what this one is for sure. But this one is mean. So it's demeanor. It's just like, so this is cool. So this is almost like how like sometimes people call like you call appetizers apps, you know? Oh, hey, how's this mean doing? How's the boss's mean, bruh? That's what you should. That's what you'd say. Like so, like a cool. It sounds like cool British slang. You know how like every once in a while they say like they just like shorten the word. Like, what's his mean, mate? Oh, oi, what's his mean, mate? What? Hey, what's his mean, mate? Right? Because they want to know what his demeanor is, and they'll say, "What's his what? What's his mean, mate? What's his mean? Tell me what the boss's mean is." Because they want to know what his demeanor is. This is straight out of a Guy Ritchie movie. This is great. I like this one. I'm going to use this one. It's demeanor. Look at that. I just fixed your definition. One word. It's just short for demeanor. It's just short for demeanor. Well, what does demeanor mean? Oh, now you're getting to something because that's a full word. I'm going to give you that one. Pat's judging words again. So you could have a mean, mean. Yeah, you could have a mean. Your mean could be mean. That's where it's confusing, guys. Oh, mate's got a meaner, you hear me? Oh, he's a meaner. Oi, what's his meaner? I'm turning around on it. I'm actually I'm coming around on it now. It proves we cannot trust the English. Exactly. Don't speak English, speak American. Say demeanor, and then don't understand what that word means, not the shorter version of it, because they're both going to be confusing. Just use the longer one. It has more syllables. I clap when I do the syllables. I like it, though. She was elegant and regal with the mean. Oh, I like this. John, you're going to like this a lot. You guys ready for this one? I'm going to give you the second example of mean in a sentence again, but from the top. John, get ready for this. Listen closely, John. This is going to be incredible. She was elegant and regal with the mien of a queen. I like that. I like that one. I'm all the way around on this one. I'm back, baby. I like that one. Oh, man. All right. So that was okay. So far, Camber, I give it a half. I like it. It was all right. Right? Mean. I'm using it on slang. I'm using it for puns. I'm using it everywhere we got it. Mean of the queen, baby. I like that one. Okay, we're on to the next one. This is gonna be Queen Mean, new band name. Oh yeah, Queen Mean. Queen Mean. Mean. Oh, mean Joe Mean. Mean Joe Green Mean. Wait. We gotta work meme in here also. MEME. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna have a lot of work here, John. There's so many opportunities. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh mean. Oh man. The next word. This was one that when I was writing it, I was like, I had to do a squint. So that's where I knew the comedy would be in this one. This one I couldn't tell what the words were or the letters necessarily. Now, obviously, being a one word of the day guy, usually this is the third word in a row. So obviously my brain's it's all over the place. It doesn't know what to do. So this one could be a doozy. We don't know. This one is FLIVVER. That's two V's. I thought it was a W. Bad sign for me. So FLIVVER. Much like I'm sure many people that are pounding off here in the chat and anybody pounding off at home. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. You're going to get new episodes of Fall Count Anywhere, Proper Bonics every week, as well as a new episode of GDP live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1. Check that out. But if you're pounding off here in the comment, we're all fans, obviously, of the movie Flivver, starring Sharon Stone. You remember that? Flivver. I'm going for it. I think it's Flivver. Flivver. There's no way. This is one of those words that I feel like, depending on how it's actually correctly said, if that's really what it is, I think it's I think it's fliver. Yeah, I got a fliver in my finger. It sounds like how a little kid would tell you they have something in their finger. I have a fliver. It's a cute kid's speech impediment. I'm into it, but I think that's what it is. Unless you happen to know what fliver is and you're making a comment on the fact that I actually do have a fliver, and then when I look it up, I'm going to figure out. I don't even know that's how you say it, but I feel like the general consensus would be right or fliv. There's two V's. Why? When have you ever seen two V's next to each other, guys? This is concerning. It feels like somebody made a mistake. And flubber, Rob, no, fliver. This is the straight to DVD version. This is a good word. It's a word you can use. Okay. All right. Well, let's find out. We have somebody pounding off in the comments that knows what it is. Fliver. I was fucking right. Holy shit. All right. Fliver. I already like it. It's a part of speech. We already knew that because you gave it to me as a word. Fliver is a noun. Its origin is unknown. Another from parts unknown word. And it's early 20th century. So this one, they know the time it was invented, but not where it was invented. Damn, I love this lo mein. What fliver? Let's see. It's a cheap car or aircraft, especially one in bad condition. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that was absolutely correct. I got quite the fliver. So this is a piece of shit. Fliver means a lemon, a piece of shit car, right? Like it's a cheap car or aircraft, especially one in bad condition. What's up? How's it going, Al? Oh man. Fliver. We're learning words today, bud. Flivver. So okay, so I guess because normally, like, because you can't just say piece of shit. Like my car's a hunk of shit, but if your car is a hunk of shit, you need a word for that. Besides, because it used to be just lemon, right? People would just say like, but a lemon is where it looks good, but it's actually bad inside, right? So that's not the correct term. The correct term would be fliver. If it looks like a piece of shit and it drives like a piece of shit, then it's a piece of shit. But you can't say piece of shit. You say, oh, my car's a real fliver. Oh, but what? But who wants to say fliver? Sure, I want to try to say it drunk. Sure. Yeah. Sure, it kind of makes me sound drunk when I say it. Sure. But do I want to say fliver when I'm referring to? Because then people are going to make you say, oh, it just means that my car's a piece of shit. That's what I'm worried about with a lot of these words. Is I don't know if they'll have the correct effect in my daily interactions. So if I say like, oh, quite the fliver you have here. Actually, that would be great to insult people to their face. So that, see, you know me. That's what it is. That's why you said it's a word I can use, because it means that I can talk shit about what you have here. I say, oh, what a fliver you have here. And there's most likely they're not going to know what it is, right? It's people don't even know where the word comes from. It's parts unknown. So fliver. Fuck yeah, dude. I like fliver. Okay. Piece of shit car. POS car. I can't believe that that's the real definition. I mean, that's not the real definition. I want to see actually how you could like sneak this into a sentence. So this is examples of fliver in a sentence. My dad is so frugal, he refuses to give up his fliver until... See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, do you really not know where this is? This sounds like a British word for sure. This sounds like a, oh, you got a fliver? My dad is so frugal, he refuses to give up his fliver until it can't be driven. Okay. And then another example of fliver in a sentence is, it may look like a fliver, but that car served me well through my 20s. And people will go, it looks like a what? A fliv? Did you say fliver? It doesn't roll off the tongue. That's what I'm saying. Piece of shit sounds better. It's got the strong T. Fliver. Fliver. I do want to hear it in a Boston accent. Fliver. Oh, what a hey, fliver. You just take the R off and it's fun. Fliver. No hard R's. Just use All right. Well, Fliver. What do I rate it? I like it. I'm gonna try to use this as a. I'm gonna definitely use this as a shit talk device. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be metaphor. I want to use it as like as part of a metaphor, so it's like double confusing. So somebody may not even know like at all what I'm fucking talking about because I don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But I do know that Fliver is something that I can get on board with. That's something that's going to come around. I'm definitely using that to talk shit about people for sure. John's pounding off in the comment. Heat don't work in my car, so I have to shiver in my Fliver. yeah, there you go. See, there you go. Shiver in my Fliver. That's what the winter brings. A lot of times my car breaks down. I get stuck on the side road. It's stuck shivering in my Fliver. But it's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I love my Fliver because that's totally a word. And here comes another extremely challenging word coming right off of Fliver, which is fun. It's lighthearted. We got a piece of shit car. But what the fuck is this one going to be? I'm going to just, because I know this is going to have this has the, if I didn't move to this state, would I have known how to properly pronounce this? Yeah, probably, because I'm still aware of it. But it's got a two letters put together that make the sound of another letter thing I don't often like, but I kind of love at the same time. Like anytime I watch British Bake Off and they do shoe pastry and I see how they spell shoe, I'm like, whoa. Have you seen that? Have you seen? Come on. Look, if you're watching this, you've watched British Bake Off. But have you seen them spell? You ever watch it with the captions? If you watch it with the captions, shoe is like CHOUX. What? That should be ch, right? CH is ch first of all, and then we'll go on to everything else. But again, Florida education, I have to assume it's me. It's not everybody else. But shoe pastry is fucking crazy. That's shoe. The way they spell shoe is nuts. So, but I know this one. So this is, let's see here. APHYLLOUS. One more time. And we have one more word after this. This is the, hold on, get ready for this. John, I hope you're sitting down for this because this is the penultimate word. That means the second to last. I know that one. And I use the word pen because this is the Pennsylvania, the PH part that I was talking about earlier. Pennsylvania is Philadelphia. APHYLLOUS. Aphilus? Aphilus? Aphilus. I'm going to say Aphilus, like one Phyllis. How many Phyllis are in there? A Phyllis. Just a Phyllis. One Phyllis, not multiple Phyllis. What is the plural of Phyllis? It's not a Phyllis because that's just one. That's what I think. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think that's how you're not going to trip me up with no PH is an F. No thanks, bud. I know what it is. It's a Phyllis. Does anybody know this word? I don't know because I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but we'll find out if APHYLLOUS is pronounced a Phyllis.
A Phyllis.
Oh, fuck yeah. Just one Phyllis. Get all those Phyllises out of here. We just need one. One Phyllis.
A Phyllis.
A Phyllis. And I hope this is not a plural, but a singular of Phyllis. Let's find out. It is a part of speech. It's an adjective. It's Latin, and it's from the early 19th century. A Phyllis means botany, having no leaves. Oh, okay. A Phyllis. So it's, so many of the trees are a Phyllis because it's wintertime. This winter storm brings many a Phyllis tree. Ooh, that is a fucking spicy, smart sentence. I just hurt myself. This winter storm will bring many a Phyllis tree. Or many of the tree are already a Phyllis. as winter approaches. Quiet. But it's Latin. I don't know how to do a Latin accent, and I'm not going to do it because it's insensitive. I think the way I would do it, it would be insensitive. So, a Phyllis is actually, I like the hell out of this one because this is, it makes it gives more, like, instead of saying like dead trees or leafless trees or bare branches or something like weird like that. I think singular Phyllis is really more effective. A Phyllis trees. I like this one. I'm giving this one. This might be the winner. This one I might actually make the word of the day, the one that actually is above all other words. Because Camber was very underwhelming. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that. Mean. I like the abbreviation. I like the breves. I like the we're talking about your emotions. We're talking about feelings. But a Phyllis Fliver. I'm just gonna take some time to warm up to that. I'm not excited about it too much, but we'll find out what happens there. And finally, the last word. This is gonna be a fun one. I saw how this was spelled, and then to be honest with you, I kind of tried to practice a little bit saying it earlier, and I think the reason I picked this one for last is because it is a GDP staple to make some kind of reference to poop, pee, belch, burp, fart, anything you want. Last night's What About with Andy and Pat, there was a dramatic pause punctuated by quite the sharpest fart. Quite a fart. I mean, I was very proud of this. It was I didn't record it or anything like that, but it was not unlike this one. I mean, just classic fart, pure, perfect. I mean, this one's classic, but this one really, it had everything you needed. It had the heat on it. It had the treble. It had the bass. It was almost like it was doing its own harmonies, and it was truly beautiful. So it sneaks its way onto anything that I really do because it's truly a part of me. That gross mean of mine. I got a mean that's so gross you'll hate it. And I think I truly grossed out Youngblood and Manny recently when they were hanging out in the attic. So I actually have to figure out where the line is exactly, where that mean line of being disgusting in front of your friends is. But this one might be it. So first part of the word, super easy. It's SUPER because this is the word. Super. So it's SUPER. Last part of the word, second half of the word. That's the part where the comedy comes in here, guys. FICIES. There's no way that I didn't come up with super feces. Super feces, right? Super feces. Superficies. Superficies? But then you're just say super feces. It's like what they fought in Dogma. Super feces. Shout out again to Ian Strong, pounding off earlier in the chat. You can check out his show, Strong Words with Ian Strong. There's a new episode out today. It was a Shot Glass Diary. I'm going to check that out after this show while I'm making myself some lunch. And also check out the episode right before that one where it was the ratings roundtable where we were counting down the View Skewniverse movies. And we did talk about Dogma, which, again, had a poop monster in it, which I would consider to be super feces. If anybody knows what SUPERFICIES is or how it's pronounced, you're more than welcome to pound off in the comments and let me know. Again, if you want to join in on the show, if you want to call in, you can ask to join on Instagram Live at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram. We stream there as well as here on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, again, please hit that like and subscribe button. We love you, you sons of bitches. But super feces is how I think it is. I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know if it has anything to do with trees or the bend in your feces or anything like that. But let's find out. Super fishies. Oh, super fishies. So they're like fish that are great. Super fishy. And all of these could definitely be, like, at least two of them for sure I think it was brought up, pounded off in the comments for sure. Fliver is definitely a way that a little kid would say sliver, probably, right? Because they're saying finger and sliver, and they have something, and they have a fliver because it's a sliver in my finger. I have a fliver. Or it could also be super feces. I have a super fishies. These are super fishies. These aren't regular fishies. These are super fishies. So super fishies is
Super fishies.
part of a speech. Part of speech is a noun. It's also Latin, mid 16th century, and it just means literally, I guess, a surface. Or sorry, literary. It means an outward part of appearance. So are superficies. So in literary terms, it means an outward part of appearance. But I guess literally, which is even more confusing, is just a surface. So superficies. That's a superficies board. The TV, I don't like this one. It's just a surface. I mean, that's all it says here. It's just a surface. A surface. So, like a countertop is a superficie, or is it superficies? I don't know. Okay. So, examples of superficies in a sentence. They have to use so many words to work in superficies. There's like the sentences are like almost paragraphs, it feels like. The sculpture created a superficies that seemed, so it's a surface, so a superficies. So it's just replacing the word surface to make you more confused. That's what it is. Superficies is like goldfish, but like nacho cheese instead of just regular cheddar. Those are superficies. If they made Dorito flavored goldfish, which by the way, trademark, copyright, I'm mailing this episode to myself right now. That's a great idea. I'm contacting Doritos right now. The sculpture created a superficies that seemed so realistic that you would expect the marble body to be warm to the touch. That's actually a fucking great sentence. By the way, if you just take a little bit of time, I was definitely talking shit about these sentences, but that explained how to say the fucking word correctly in a sentence and gave like a great perspective of like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. I've seen sculptures like that where I was like, holy shit, that looks like a person just sitting there. That's crazy. While he exhibited an uncaring superficies in public, he was actually very sensitive with people in his private life. Hey, that's me to a core, baby. I'm superficies, up, down, all around, baby. Everybody thinks I'm a fucking huge asshole because a lot of times I am. That's the superficies I put on in public. But truly, really down, if you get past my superficies, you realize I'm actually a really nice guy. I'm a sweetheart. Sure, I like to piss and fart myself, fart all over myself and all over my house, apparently. But it turns out it was the caffeine. And we only got about 29 minutes left in the stream. And I'm sitting pretty, baby. I'm not even squirming. Also, I have not used any drink drops, and I have not taken one single drink, I think, since the show started. So obviously, on the superficie, I am calm, cool, and collected. But underneath everything, I'm just like, oh my god.
Welcome.
See that? Perfectly implemented drink drop. Added some more caffeine, just a little bit of caffeine. Only second cup of coffee. Usually I'm on my third cup by now. I'm learning. We're growing. It's all about adultification. It's all about saying, I hate everybody.
That fucking cocksucker.
That's me out there in the real world, right? And then I'm like, hey, why don't you just go ahead and... Oh, I don't have it. Yeah, there it is.
Take it easy. And stay off my side.
And then that's me afterwards. Just saying like, hey, why don't you just take it easy? And just don't be on my side. I don't want people to think on the superficie that we're like one and the same, because I don't like the things I don't like the superficie you put out there to people. I don't like wait, did I use that right? While he exhibited uncaring superficies. So it's superficies both times, whether it's a singular thing or it's a like uncaring superficies is like feelings. So it's feelings or a surface or a thing. So like this superficies is smooth. This superficies is rougher, right? I think I got it. I don't know. Probably not. Superficies is a surface or feelings or Dorito flavored goldfish. That's my definition. Those are superficies. Dorito flavored, like Cool Ranch or nacho cheese flavored goldfish would be superficies in my book. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know. Superficies. What was a Phyllis? It was a single. Oh, fuck. What was that? Oh no, did I erase it? Oh shit. I forgot what a Phyllis was. Hey, hey. Here it is. I'm like, that's, oh yeah, the dead trees. See, I see what happens when I get too many words of the day. My day becomes way too, so it's dead trees. Dead trees. But it's leafless trees, right? Not dead. We got Al pounding off. I come for the laughs and stay for the knowledge. Thanks, Pat. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, if you want to talk music too, I got what, like 26 minutes. We can talk about half an hour. We can close out the show. I know Al was interested in talking about the Spotify contenders playlist. It was the playlist that he was made aware of, I believe, in Andy's stream that we do. We do twitch.tv/Andy Malafarina. It turns out it's fun. The funniest thing is last week I feel like we finally came up with a schedule and we were like, hey, we do this about every other week, so it's pretty much every other week. But then like we did an episode last night and I was like, well, that's a week, so I guess it's every week at 7 o'clock on Andy's stream. You can catch me and him talking about a particular album and artist that we choose. Obviously we stray off into other topics and other things, and it leads us to different parts of the conversation. But we go live every time. You can join in on Andy's Twitch, pound off in the comments there. I think I'm going to start streaming from here as well. So you'll only hear the audio from Andy. Actually, I might have him on the TV. Might be able to do that. Might be able to simulcast episodes like that, and we can talk about it's called What About with Andy and Pat. And again, we talk about music and stuff like that. I brought up the playlist on there, and Al became very convinced that he can help with this because as a bartender, I believe you hear many song, and he was actually one of the people that was disputing a possible Metallica edition because oftentimes Metallica may kill the mood in a bar. So it's not always just about the bar aspect of it. It's kind of the perfect playlist, but I love any insight and any additions we can make to the list. So if you have any suggestions of artists you want to be suggest for a list, if you think that their 10 most popular songs on Spotify can compare to, if you can play them for anybody or at any party, and everybody's either going to like it, recognize it, like acknowledge, like, oh, I don't really love it, but I know it's a popular song or whatever, or not know it and like it. So either one way or another. So there's some big swings in there. There's some really big swings because it can't all just be just commercial songs and like songs that are played at games and iconic classic rock. I didn't want it just to be a classic rock playlist. I want to throw some curveballs. So there's Limp Bizkits in there as well. And just as a little teaser, the next episode of What About with Andy and Pat, we are covering Limp Bizkit's Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. We are doing that album. That was the album that he picked to counteract the album that I had suggested, which was Reggie and the Full Effects, Songs Not to Get Married To. That episode, I believe, is available now on Andy's YouTube page, and it will be on the playlist that is available on this page as well. So if you want to watch that one, you can, and you can see how we led up to turning into where we're going to be talking about Kanye West. Oh, I can put him on the list. He might actually be on there. Hold on. I think I don't know if anybody actually suggested him, but let's see. Not on here. I have GNR. I got Mariah Carey. Barry White, Whitney Houston. I put it Al Green. What else? So Kanye West. Why not? Adding him. Kanye. I'm not going to put his last name. There's only one. It's the only one that I'm aware of, bud. But so it's the 10 most popular songs on Spotify. And like I said, there's big swings, even swings that I added on there. We were talking a little bit about last night. We were talking about on What About with Andy and Pat. We talked a little bit about Weezer. We covered a possible ranking roundtable that we're going to do on Ian Strong's podcast in the future. Like he's got plenty of episodes banked for a while, so he's going to be putting out content much through spring. So maybe in the springtime we might get together once the world opens back up and do another ratings roundtable where we can talk about Weezer in depth more. But I added Weird Al because I personally feel like how can you not like these? They're all hit songs for the most part. Like there's not a ton of originals in his top 10 most popular songs. And not only that, but also even if you don't know the song, they're fun. But that's me. I added that, and I just assume I did listen to it with Manny and Youngblood a little bit, and I kind of just went over them, and there's plenty of songs where you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh yeah, I forgot about it. That's why it started out as the oh yeah playlist. But it turns into eventually it's just the contenders. I want the best of the best. And then we're in phase 2. We're already working in phase 2. I'm still working on phase 1 while we're already moving on to phase 2, because I want you guys to listen and I want you to critique, and I want this playlist to be ever growing, because there's definitely a 3-strike rule. If there's at least more than 2 songs that I'm like, I don't know, maybe I like it, but maybe somebody else might not. I don't know. There is a cutoff. There is some kind of standard here, but for the most part, I want it to be ever growing, and I want it to be something that no matter when we open back up or wherever you are, this is a playlist that you can play while you're cooking dinner, while you're doing dishes, cleaning, having people over, when you're going for a jog, I believe actually, I offered the playlist to, I think you're in the chat, but I'm not sure. There's somebody that was looking particularly for a playlist on Facebook, and I was able to. But if you are pound off, if you need it, I'm happy to. The link should be in the description. Actually, I didn't share it, but it will be by the end of the episode. And if you need, I can share the link with you as well. Just DM me or send me a message on or comment on the post here or anything like that. I'd be happy to share the link, but it should be in the comments, or not the comments. I believe the description. We got Al pounding off. Limp Bizkit is a band I hate, but I will definitely sing every song and know every word. Right. Because that's the thing is it's the fact. It's like, what's the, like, it's almost like, I want to say it's almost like the Linkin Park effect, because Linkin Park is a band that, okay. So how about this? Smashing Pumpkins, I would say, is probably more accurate, where I don't necessarily, I know like one person that's like a huge fan of them, and I'm not even necessarily close with them anymore, but they're a person that I knew to be and they're like the only person that I know of that is a huge, like, that's their band. That's one of their fucking like all times. Right. So, but they're a band that I'm like, I've never chosen to listen to Smashing Pumpkins ever. But there's somebody that undeniably, there's some songs that I'm like, yeah, even though I don't really give a shit about this and I wouldn't add this to my playlist, that one that's like, the thing goes, that one, that's like, that and the Rat in the Cage song. Both of those, like, come on, those are slappy boppers, up, down, all around. Those slap, they bop. You got bopping, you got slapping. Everything you need from Pasty Little Bald White Guy. Beautiful. But I'm not going to necessarily like lose my shit over them. But it's ironic. I don't know why it made me think of them. They were on Billy Corgan was a guest on a show I listened to recently, and I was like, yeah, I have not even thought of the Smashing Pumpkins in the long. I do not. They never ever cross my mind ever. And honestly, I might just check them out. There may be 10. I don't know if they have 10 slappy boppers, but if there's at least a couple, like, I don't know. Let's see. We'll add them on there. Probably not though, right? Are they on here already? Damn. And then also it's making me realize how many fucking artists there are. And this is part of it. There's plenty of people that I would just never cross my mind that I'm totally aware of that would maybe never actually cross my mind to add to this list at all. That people can suggest that I'm like, holy shit, I know 10 of their songs and I like them. Or I know 10 of their songs and I like 8 of them. Do you know what I mean? There's still, you got to take, there's going to be some, and there has to be some debate songs also. We have to keep some artists in here for the spirited debate so that when a Red Hot Chili Peppers song comes on, you have strong opinions on both sides. And then you have plenty of people that are like, take him or leave him. Yeah, some people that are like, they fucking suck. And then you got other people that are like, yeah, that's cool. I like that one. Hey, I like this part. You know what I mean? But I'm going to add Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins. And I'm going to spell it right. Pumpkins, not pumpkins. I know how to spell. We got some pounding off here happening in the chat. Limp Bizkit. Yeah, there's that. John is also saying here, Backstreet Boys. Oh, wow. Okay. I'll put them in there. And just to make it official so that you know that I officially read your comment correctly. Backstreet Boys are on the list. Don't worry.
Book it.
It's in there. I got their drops here too. I got everybody's drops. I can do any drop I want. Anything you want.
Buttertooth Brit.
They're all here. These are just some examples of Falls Count Anywhere drops, but they do have intellectual property over those, so I do not want to continue to play their copywritten material. Okay? Backstreet Boys, they're on the list. Here it is. Dom will be very excited. Backstreet's back. All right. I like, actually, you know what? I almost put, it was almost like I was just going to shorthand it, just like much like mean, but I was going to, I was just going to put Backstreet, but then I was like, oh wait, Backstreet or Blackstreet? I don't know if they have 10, but I might give them a consideration. I might throw them in there. Alex pounding off as well. I would say Boys to Men. I think I actually have them on here somewhere. I feel like I might have added them because I was like, they have to. Boys to Men. If they're not on here, that's crazy. Jesus Christ. They were definitely discussed somewhere. That's crazy. Nope. Yeah, here they are. I got them on here. Whew. I'm telling you. Boys to Men, but I can only name 3 songs, but I would put their jukebox and people would, yeah. Well, that's the thing is like he's saying basically when he was at work and stuff like that, whenever you put them on, everybody kind of vibes to one song or another. And I think they're going to be one of those bands that you're like, oh, fuck, I didn't know that they did that one. Oh, shit. You know, there's some bands that also have those weird hits out of nowhere. Like, fuck, I feel like there was one that was, I think the Bravery, I believe is a band that Dom is surprisingly that was it surprised me. Sorry, I'm going back into my my British accent. But it surprised me when I found out how big of a fan of the Bravery she was. And then when I actually did like research, I was like, holy shit, they have the Honest Mistake, that song or whatever from like years and years ago. That was like a slappy bopper in that time. And then there was, I feel like they had another one like recently in like a past couple years, and that's it. I know those 2 songs, and then the other stuff is good. It's okay. It's pretty good. It kind of sounds like the rest of that stuff, but they have like 2 like slappy motherfucking boppers, and then a bunch of other songs. So every other song I'm not familiar. Yeah, she loves the Bravery. She loves them. So I don't know if they would make the list, but those 2 particular songs. So I might start taking that kind of consideration as well. But I like the 10 because that way it's undeniable and it gives it more of an identity because it has to be, you have to have a body of work that will support 10 songs, like 10, you feel like you could play 10 of their songs for anybody and they would either like or no, like much like Al was saying. By the way, what do you prefer? I believe he refers to you as your screen name over in what's up, Josh? How's it going, buddy? We're just talking about the playlist. I don't know what Andy. I know Andy refers to you as Al Hawaiian in the Twitch chat, but whatever you actually prefer, let me know, because I want to make sure that for the most part I know everybody here personally or somewhat, or have met them in one way or another. And some of you I don't necessarily recognize your screen names. So if you have, I obviously have Other Ron. Also, shout out to Other Ron from the Pounding Off in the chat. He's not here today, but great artist. If I want to bring up his hold on, his handle here. I want to make sure I give a proper plug because he made a post where he said the person who liked this post, whoever the first, or I believe it was at random. He was a kind of a contest that he was doing. He's an artist at RonBerindro at Ron Berindro, I believe it is Berindro. I don't know. Again, this is I don't believe I've met this person personally, but did a wonderful portrait of myself. Also, John, another person, another pounder, offer in the comments, John Montag. He did a portrait of him as well, and then as well as a couple other people. I believe he just ended up doing portraits for everybody that ended up liking the post. So it was a contest that he did originally, but his original artwork is incredible. I really loved it. I made it my profile picture on, I believe, the chess.com profile page, as well as my Facebook profile page. So if you want to get a look at that, you can either check it out here on Instagram. Actually, you know what? At Ron Berindro, or on my Facebook page or anything like that. But give him a follow, like his shit. He does great fucking work. What's up, Josh? Thanks for pounding off. GDP. Fuck yeah. Alex is good. Hell yeah. Okay, good. But yeah, I just want to. I want you guys, if you can't, pay him for his work. I honestly, I feel like I should have paid this because I've paid for enough just like caricatures drawn of me in the past, and those are good, and I like those. I have them hanging in frames on the wall. If I could get a printed version of this to hang on the wall, this would I love this. I am the most self-centered, like selfish idiot when it comes to art. I love art of me. Yeah. Sorry. Self-promotion. That's the only way I can self-promote, is if somebody makes cooler art of what I look like. If you can somehow make me look cooler than I actually look, then I will share that and I will tell people to follow and support you, because it's fucking great. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hold on. What is the band? The Bravery is like the Killers. Yeah, it's kind of like the yeah, the Bravery is kind of like their hit, that the one hit that they have. Like, you'll know the hit. I can't play it on here because I'll get kicked off YouTube, but their one hit, the Bravery, is the one that I knew of, that I discovered them with, is it was an honest mistake. You know that song? I can't play it, but that's the name of the song, Honest Mistake. And that one kind of reminds me of the Killers, but they were around the same time. They kind of blew up around the same time that the Killers kind of blew up as well. But the Killers got way bigger than them. But the Killers, by the way, I feel like the Killers might be a contender. See, that's what I'm saying. I like them. I think they're good. I think that they may have 10 songs that either people may know or like, because they had some slappy bopper. They had a couple year run. Not the level of like a Linkin Park or something like that, but they definitely had a run where they were putting out fucking great songs, and songs that, like, I honestly don't know how much they cross over to like everybody, but they were all over most media. You know what I mean? Whether it be the music video or anything else. Oh, and see, now I'm losing it. I just need to take a drink. I'll look it up later. Sounds familiar. Yeah. It's the actually even better suggestion. Look up the video, because the video is really cool too. That was back in the day when music videos were. I don't know if it was right at the pinnacle, like if it was right at the top of when they were like early 2000s and it started to crest back down. But they had a really cool. It always reminded me of Mousetrap, the board game. That video for Honest Mistake by I almost call them the Killers, by the other one, the band you just said. The Bravery, the band we've been fucking talking about the whole time. The Bravery that was the one that it has like this ball on this, like the bowling, when the bowling ball return comes back, it was like that, but it's like and it's going all around them as they're playing. It's really cool. It's a cool looking video. So Killers are great. Saw them live, blew my mind. Yeah, they're a band that it feels like they didn't need a huge stage show or anything like that. They could just play their music and just have it felt like every time I heard they're from Las Vegas, I always thought that was weird. I don't know why people being from Las Vegas is weird to me, but I don't, for some reason that's one thing that always stuck out to me. The Killers are from Las Vegas. I was like, oh, so they're scumbags. I don't know why, because the only thing I've ever seen from Las Vegas is mobsters and mafiosos running casinos of who was the other one? Degenerate gamblers and or bum fights. So that's really all I know really from Vegas. So Josh pounded off in the comments. Remind me, Nickelback is gods? I don't think so. No. Are you gods, or do you mean good? Nickelback, definitely not gods. There's nothing godly about them. They're good musicians. You know what I mean? Like everybody, like they became the go-to band for like everybody shitting on somebody. But again, but this is unlike Limp Bizkit. It's not fun. Nickelback doesn't sound fun. It's like bad. It's not like even like a guilty pleasure. It's just a bad band. And again, I'm never a good bar, because officially I will say that NoFX is my favorite band. I just need to preface this. NoFX is my favorite band. I will never say that they are the best band, but I will say that they are my favorite band. So I would say Nickelback, pretty uninspired. And when it is trying to be emotional or anything like that, it's too much on the nose. But they rip, dude. Like their fucking drummer's great. Their guitar, like all of them are great. It's like Creed. Even Creed is another band that we're like musically, like I'm listening to it and I'm like, damn, this song's fucking good. But then I'm just like, cannot hear her. You know what I mean? Like, boy. And then you find out all of the extra meaning behind it, and then you also find out they're also phonies. Then you're like, oh boy, why'd you do all that? I don't believe any of you. So I think Nickelback, not gods. I don't even think they like God, personally. Nickelback is another band that when I hear them, I know all the lyrics for some reason. Well, that's another thing, because of the fact that they've been memed in that sense. There was a meme once that like everybody knows is look at this photograph, like that's what I'm saying, like it's way too on the nose, where they're just like, look at this photograph of us, we were so happy, what happened to those times, like that shit, like where you're like, all right, so I think that's the case, and you kind of learn that over time. So like there's a hilarious meme going around of Dave Grohl with a priest in a confessional, and it's basically you know what I mean, like there's shit like that, like so like there's been plenty of that, of like where songs and or music videos or artists or popular or anything was like memed. So that's where I feel like that's part of it, and honestly that could be part of it. They could be added in there. I think Blink 182, I don't know if they were actually added on there. That but I will add them. Why not? I'll add Blink 182. They could be on the list. So I have a lot of work to do today. I got quite a bit of considerations to go through. But I appreciate everybody sticking around for the chat and hanging out, pounding off in the comments. Josh, appreciate you coming in here at the end, buddy. I appreciate you commenting that Nickelback are gods. I disagree, but for anybody that wants to debate Josh Dway on his love of Nickelback, please just at Josh Dway on social media and pound off in his comments. And in the meantime, until Wednesday, make sure you check out the new episode of Falls Count Anywhere that premiered today. New episode of Proper Ebonics premiering tomorrow. We got then Wednesday, another live episode of GDP. And then we'll be talking about probably, I don't know actually what we're going to be talking about on that day, but hopefully Google and YouTube won't be down first thing in the morning. So I will be able to start on time right at about 11:10 or so. But again, I will put also last minute addition here, John. Jay-Z, I believe it may be on here, but I don't know for sure, just in case I added them to the list. So we got Jay-Z last minute addition from John Montag. Thanks again, buddy, for pounding off. I appreciate you guys. I love everybody for sticking around. I'll see you guys Wednesday, and we appreciate you. I love you. Bye-bye. Bye.